Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning back into another Red Robe Talk. Today, I want to talk about none other than the Cheesecake Factory lady. But I want to talk about it on a different perspective, okay? I don't really want to go into her too much. We done seen enough of her. We done seen her play herself. We done seen her play the fool. But a lot of people not talking about the way that man handled that woman. Do y'all hear me? He still handled her gently, even though she was being rude. She was being downright rude and loud and disrespectful of that man. For one, she was recording that man without him knowing because he pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory. Now, Miss Ma'am, I don't know about you, but I like the Cheesecake Factory. I think there's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. He was take you there on the first date, and I see nothing wrong with it. Now, your preference, so I'm not going to go against your preference, but I am going to go against what you said because you was like, look at you, who would take you there? First off, your lipstick, that lipstick looked like some beauty supply store. I'm sorry, it did. The shades even looked like beauty supply store shades. Or maybe Shein. Maybe Forever 21. You know? I don't know. But it didn't look like it came from, I even say Zara, because Zara like a little upscale a little bit. They ain't even look like they came from Zara. So you know they didn't like they came from Fendi, Gucci, or nowhere like that. But you was like, look at you, okay. Then the dress you had on, ma'am, it looked like a Fashion Nova. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It looked like a Fashion Nova. For when it was your first date, why was your chest all out on Front Street for that man to see like that? It was your first date. He looked like he was respectable. You couldn't find something to cover up. You couldn't find something that was sexy but was covering your body. And I get you might be like, I got big breasts, but you can cover it. You could cover that. So you talking about what you look like, ma'am. To me, I was shocked when I saw what he looked like and he was with you. Because to me, he didn't like he would talk to somebody that looked like you. But he asked you on a date or whatever, so he did, okay. But you are not humble at all. This man took you to the Cheesecake Factory. You wouldn't open your door. You wouldn't allow him. You wouldn't even unlock your door so he could open it. He walked around to open your door. How many men doing that today? And you worrying about the fact it's a Cheesecake Factory. Talking about you don't go in the Cheesecake Factory. You will not be caught in the Cheesecake Factory. Honey, I see nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. The Cheesecake Factory food is good to me. These 5-star restaurants I've been to, and a lot of times their cuisine ain't even good. It's you're really paying for the experience. A lot of times it ain't seasoned, and so I mean, I don't know. But anyway, let's move forward from that. You said what you said. And I'm glad you said what you said so that he can have his say. And when he had his say, he was still respectable. But he put you out there. For all you weren't showing when you was talking to the women on the internet or the people on the internet. See, y'all like to get up here and put all this stuff out here on the internet, not thinking what the repercussion is, and then look at what's going on with you. You getting all this backlash because this man was respectable. Yes, this man respected you, even though you tried to disrespect him. Or I ain't gonna say you tried, you did disrespect him. But he didn't allow it to mess up his character. He didn't allow you to take him out of character or none of that. This man specifically said, well, I came to your house. He said, no, he said, I made plans. This man made plans, honey. Ooh, you messed up. Ooh, you messed up big time. But this man made plans. And he told you to be ready by 4 o'clock p.m. He get to your house, you ain't ready. You take an hour to get ready. And then you come up with excuses, well, your job and this, that, and the other. So don't blame that man. Blame you for staying on your job longer. Blame you. Take responsibility. What about your accountability? He was there on time like he said. You should have been on time. Let's keep going past that. So he said he had plans to take you to Aria, which is a 5-star restaurant, which is what I guess you felt like you was worth. So anyway, he said he had plans to do that, but your lateness caused that reservation to be null and void. And those kind of places don't play about reservation. They don't play about reservation. More than likely, he had to put down a deposit to even get that reservation. And he lost that deposit because why? You were late. You were late. And still, he didn't drag you for that. He said nothing, except that you were late. So then he said, where can I take you on the fly that may be up to par? Because see, on the fly being you were late, he could have took you to McDonald's, he could have took you to Burger King, he could have took you to Wendy's. That's the kind of attitude you had. He should have took you to those places. Let you play it on the playground. Oh, they don't have the playgrounds no more, do they? I forgot. He need to take you somewhere, but they got a playground because you act like a little kid. You act like a little kid, having a little temper tantrum. But anyway, let's keep going. So he gets to the Cheesecake Factory, get out his side, go on your side to open your door. And you wouldn't like it. And then you sit here talking to the internet like they got something to give you. Honey, they have nothing to give you but a bunch of negativity. A lot of these women on this internet is a bunch of negativity. I don't know how old you are. That wasn't disclosed. But for you to get up here on this internet and act like you need their approval shows that even if you are old or older or mature, it shows that this right here, that mentality is not mature. It shows that mentality is not mature. Because if you felt that way about the Cheesecake Factory, you didn't have to get on the internet to let people know. That looks like young, childish mentality. That's why I said he should have took you to some of those places like that had a little playground. But I don't think none of them got a playground no more. But he should have took you maybe to the park and let you go on the seesaw or something by yourself. You probably would have had more fun. Because I know he would have had more fun than you get up there by yourself because you just was a piece of work. But then when you found out his plans, you sort of simmered down some. You sort of, when you thought he was taking to the Cheesecake Factory, he had no plans and he da-da-da-da-da, you was, he's taking me into the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not the kind of woman that you would take to the Cheesecake Factory. But once he proved that he had plans for you, that voice you had changed. So that showed us that was a little, the little voice y'all think is cute when y'all trying to downplay a man. Y'all think it's cute. But then your voice changed and it got a little tender. I heard it. It got a little tender. Like, we can still go somewhere. He was like, no. You didn't appreciate what I was going to do for you. You said we didn't know each other well enough when I came to your house to come upstairs and wait for you. He said I obliged that. So that man sat in that car for an hour waiting for you to get dressed, waiting for you to get ready. And he had no complaints when you came down. He still was willing to take you out on a date. He could have said no then and said, no, you messed up a lot of what I believe in, so no. But he didn't. But at the end, he told you that when you thought you were going to circle back around. You thought you were going to spin the block. Huh? You thought you were going to spin the block. But he was like, no. No. You're not going to spin the block. I'm going to take you home. I'm going to drop you off. And that's where we're going to end it. Because he said the way you acted showed him that you're not the type of woman that he want. You messed up, honey. You messed up. Admit it. Accept it. Let's accept it. Say your name, whatever it is, messed up. Okay? You dropped the ball. You tried to circle back around and you couldn't. So, yeah. That ball bounced. Remember that David Hollister? Like a basketball, I gotta bounce. Yeah, he bounced. Girl, I gotta go. I can't stay. Yeah, he was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. You showed him. He didn't like it. That was it. So let this be a lesson to you, okay, Cheesecake Factory Woman? Because I don't know your name. I don't know if anybody know your name because everybody's calling you the Cheesecake Factory Woman. But let it be known that even if, okay, let's take this lesson that you learned from this man, okay? Even if you don't like the restaurant somebody's taking you to, right? Go in there and enjoy it. He might have had something that he was gonna turn you on to that you might be like, oh, I like this. Even though I like the Cheesecake Factory, this meal right here is a nice meal. But you missed that opportunity because of that attitude you have, that entitlement you have. So the next time, let this be a lesson. Or even if you're talking to somebody and they want to talk to you or want to take you on a date, give them some suggestions so they'll know what they're going for. You see what I'm saying? Then they can say, okay, my pockets can't afford that, or my pockets can't afford that. Or they might think you're worth that, or they might think you're not worth that. Okay? But give some suggestions. That's why you get to know people and you talk so that they'll know what you like. You will know what they like. You know, that's dating. Dating ain't just I take you on a date and I'm a surprise. Because if he would have took you to a nice, expensive restaurant and it was all seafood, but you're allergic and he didn't find that out, what good would that have been? You see what I'm saying? Talk. That's what dating is for. Dating data. Oh, but you said you court, right? You said you court? But you'll know that if you court, right, it's supposed to be somebody else that's helping you to court. You know that, right? It's supposed to be a man that's helping you to court, helping this man to court you. You know, a man in your life, your pastor, somebody like that to help you because you see you need help. You need discernment. You have none. You have none. And you need some. Because that right there he could have talked to that man and found out and told that man some things about you that man didn't know. But you didn't do that. You just put him on a little cat mouse chase, like, chase me. And then you thought you was playing him. But in all actuality, you played yourself. Because what? You just lost one. You just lost one. You lost one. You lost one, honey. I'm not saying he was the best. I'm not saying that I don't know that man. But what I could tell you is he was respectable to you the whole time. He talked in a calm voice the whole time. He did not yell. He did not disrespect you. He did not call you out your name. Even though some men would have because the way you were acting, he did none of that. He just told you simply you were not for him. The way you showed him that you are, even if he thought you was beautiful, he said, no, I can't do it. Because, see, a real man is not going to put up with all that stuff that these little boys will do. Yeah, and I'm talking about little boys, they might be 40 and 50. But if this right here, if you ain't got the mentality, the maturity, you're just a grown person, right? In a kid body. A kid mind, that's it. You're just a grown body in a kid mind. Because it's not about this growing, it's about this growing. It's about this growing and maturing. And yours need to grow and mature a lot. And I hope you see these videos and you learn from them. Okay? Because you messed up. But next time, remember. Remember, okay? Don't go on social media. Don't go on social media. Because a lot of these women on social media is lonely. Even if they're in a relationship, a lot of them are lonely. Because they're trying to control it, and those men are going every which way. Because they're not supposed to be controlling it. So, remember that. Do not go on social media. Even if it's a great date, y'all put your phones down and enjoy your dates. That's just supposed to be on a date. Not up here showing your food. Look where he took me. Look where I'm going. Look what he looked like. Look at what I got on. Okay, no, go and enjoy the date. Go and enjoy the time you're spending with this person. Get off your phones. Put these phones down sometime. Dang. Do we got to see every single part of your life? I feel like it's a soap opera. People tuning in and see what you're going to do today. On today's episode of the Cheesecake Factory Woman, what's going on? No, you're not a soap opera. So we don't need to know every single thing that's going on in your lives. When you want to get up here and boo-hoo, you get up here and boo-hoo. Stop it. Stop it. We're tired of it. Stop getting in your emotions all the time and use some of the logic that you have. Because you have both sides. You have emotions and you have logic. And a lot of times it's best to try to use that logic. Now, feel your emotions. Sit with your emotions. But roll with that logic. Because logic most times is right. Majority of the time, logic is right. Because your emotions are lie to you, honey. How many times you cried about something and then you think back later, but that one we were crying over. That one we were crying for. See? So, yeah. So, remember, Cheesecake Factory Woman. Learn your lesson. Okay? And anybody else that's watching this, if you're going through the same thing, learn your lessons. I get it, these people on all these platforms saying this stuff. But some of them people married, and some of them in a happy marriage, and some of them in a terrible marriage. And they're giving you advice. Because they're coming from a bitter place. You don't want that kind of advice. You don't want that kind of advice. Okay? So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. And thank you for spending some time with me. And y'all remember to stay blessed because you are definitely blessed.